What's going on, YouTube? Claic Yuzolt back again with another Final Fantasy Brave Exvius news update. And in today's news, after the banner's been released, we have some news on that 50% TMR Moogle you guys are going to be able to get for completing a certain part of Season 2's storyline. We have some latent ability changes to the system, along with some new updates with latent abilities, and much, much more. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so the first thing I wanted to discuss is when we are getting these 50% trust Moogles for completing the main story. Remember they announced that. That is going to be coming to you guys on 8/8. By the time this video is released, because I am recording it before I leave to EVO and releasing it a few days later, this would have already have passed. So you needed to have completed the second season, Shimmering Lands of Father's Pride, by the 8/1, which is probably when this video is out, so you might be missing it a little bit there. But hopefully you guys cleared up to there with using the half energy story. I'm caught up all the way on the story. If you've already completed this stuff before even this time event, you're going to get it. A lot of us already got the 50% from the first season. Now the second season part is going to be coming to us for completing, you know, however far into the story the Shimmering Lands is. I don't know if it's halfway, over halfway. I don't know how long season 2 is going to be, but you guys are going to get another 50% trust Moogle on the 8th. I know a lot of people were wondering when we were going to get that. Moving on, Latent Abilities. There's been much debate to this, whether, you know, a lot of it has been a lot of criticism and coming from me as well. I think the system still needs tweaks. Thank God they got rid of the guild cost, because that was horrendous. They got rid of that, and it looks like they're listening to our criticism and coming back with some changes, because, you know, they're addressing it here in this update and also making some tweaks themselves. So they talk about where we're going to be able to get these keys in series boss battles, events, campaigns, and free daily missions, which we can do every day to get those. We won't get the keys, only Enlightenment points from that is what that's saying. One of the things they point out is they are increasing the daily amount from 150 to 350. I think that's a great choice, right? 200 more a day is going to add up quite a bit for us there to get us 1,400 a week. We're going to be able to get up there and get what we want done eventually, right, with these units. Now, you know, it still needs some tweaking. Like in King Mog Shop right now, I do believe the key is an outrageous cost of King Mog point currency. It needs to be lowered. It's just like, they need to stop trying to make this a super grind fest and instead look at what they did with the raid, right? In the raid, you guys got, because the King Mog is really scary, you guys got, we got it on the rewards, and hopefully maybe it's an item world, etc., etc. Now, I think the amount is getting there, right? We don't know how much we're going to get, and you can save them. Most of the Enlightenment points aren't even worth it anyway. We can go over that in a minute. And, you know, so forth and so on. And then it talks about the key giveaway. Enlightenment keys will be sent to each player's keys will be distributed on 8/2. So we're getting a lot more keys. They're giving us even more keys to jumpstart us, which is great. And then with the follow-up tickets, you are also going to be able to get keys from those. So you know, those are tickets that are based on rank plus your daily login. Your rank times 5 plus how many days you've logged in. So we're going to be able to get it from there too. So I think we are going to be able to, I think they're going to do fine on that. I think the biggest thing for me right now, I think the system's starting to look great. No gil, lots of keys being given out in all these events. Do not charge us an arm and a leg in the King Mog Shop for the key, because in my opinion it's almost not worth it. You essentially push people to have to play too hard. I just, there's too much stuff in there already costing a lot, between like a UOC or the rainbow ticket, and to put that threat of missing out on people, I just don't think is a good idea. I think that needs to be lowered a bit. It also says something I was thinking was going to happen anyway, and a lot of you guys did too. Latent abilities for global units will be released later in the future, so they are going to start changing units and giving them latent abilities more so over than just what we had JP got with the series boss battles, which is why the system is so strong in the first place. It just needs more tweaking, and it's really awesome that they're listening to us. Just tweak it a little bit more and you're almost there. You're almost there, Gumi. I am enjoying it. Just needs a little bit more work, okay? Issue report updated. You guys, if you knew or didn't know, the damage bonus for Elite was not applying in the raid. It would say 0, so we weren't getting as much currency or etc. from the raid points as you could get, I guess. So what they went out ahead and did, and the compensation, you guys got to admit, the compensation's been getting a lot better. We get all the pots king size for that compensation. They're just like, hey, take this. Also, we fixed it so you can go in there and battle around a little bit more and try to get the other ones too. An amazing gift, in my opinion, compensation. That's great compensation, right? You get all the pots. That's great. Obviously, everybody can say it could be more, but I think that's well within what we would want to have from that. Now, a little bit disappointing thing here in the exchange shop. We are not getting the prisms, which makes sense. I was just kind of hoping they'd be in there. But instead, I do see 50% super trust Moogles. So for the whales out there that will be welling on this banner, or maybe even free to play if you want to spend your money, dolphins and stuff, if you spend up enough, you'll be able to get a Super Trust Master Moogle with those summon coins, which is great. I love that addition in there, and especially at 50%, because a lot of people are stuck at 3. One of the things I do want to point out, Gumi, Square Enix, if you end up watching this video, people and I, the same, would really like to be able to exchange 50 STMR tickets for a 50% STMR Moogle. I don't know if you guys would do that, but that would be incredible. I think it would be a great, incredible quality of life to the game. A lot of people want that, and I see you guys adding a lot of these 50% in. I think that's something you guys should add to the STMR Moogle once we unlock those, so we can get those tickets and use those there, okay? I just think that's great. A lot of people are stuck on 3 units. You allow them to play how they want. Another thing I want to talk about is this is where they talk about how they're going to be giving us a bunch of Lapis, a bunch of anniversary tickets, some Super Trust Mastery Moogle tickets. This is how you guys are going to get your STMR Moogle tickets, your 100 STMR Moogle tickets, so you can get a 100% STMR Moogle from the exchange. You got to log in every day from the 2nd to the 29th. Do not miss a day. I guess you could miss the day when the anniversary follow-up tickets are given out, because these are extra. These aren't the ones based on your rank. These are extra you guys are going to be able to get to summon with. Just be careful, be logging in, and make sure you get those rewards, all right? We're talking about the player campaign 2019. 7% Rainbows, kind of winning it by a landslide, I guess we could call it. We do have the free Lapis coming up there pretty hard. Again, guys, I voted on the 7% Rainbow because I had my stream vote for it on a straw poll, and it ended up winning. I think both options, the 7% Rainbow and the free daily Lapis, are a great thing for the game. And sometimes you just want to have fun, and someone with these 7% Rainbows, and you could get lucky and get those STMRs you've been looking for. Honestly, I'm fine with whatever choice there is, and hopefully best of luck to you guys if you end up having to do, end up getting the 7% Rainbows. Hope you guys get a ton of Rainbows, obviously. And then I think there was something else I wanted to look into here. Let's take a look. Is there anything else I wanted to look into on this page? Actually, I don't think so. I think we're good. I think we're good on all that. What I want to do now is go ahead and go into the Latent Abilities real quick and talk about which ones I think are really useful. So essentially, out of all of these, obviously, one of the things I said on my stream, and I hope the person asked me, am I doing a video on Latent Abilities and which ones you should awaken? And you may see me not doing awakening ability videos. You may not see me doing latent ability videos. The reason is I have a hard time with them, because it's like, if you're going to use Lastwell, you're probably going to latent ability him up, right? If you're going to be using CG Nickel, even if they're not the greatest, if you're going to be using CG Nickel for a long time, going to be under squad for a while, Lid, even if they're not the best, I think that if you're using that unit, you probably want to make it as powerful as possible. So I'd assume people would be jumping in here and awakening these abilities. However, I do see a reason to maybe want to know which ones I think are the best. And the one I think is super worth it right now, if you're going to be spending, is going to be, and instead of saving them for maybe future enhancements or future global enhancements, is going to be CG Fina. I think she's extremely powerful. It unlocks specific abilities to be used twice in a turn. I think she's a great choice when it comes to these. The other ones are also good. I mean, they're good, not great. CG Fina by far is the best one. But again, if you're going to be using Awaken Rain, why not make him stronger? You know what I mean? Why not come in here, use this ability, boost fire resistance for all allies, like raise that up. You know what I mean? This one right here, boost MP by 20%. You may not need that MP, but I mean, to make him the strongest, you may want to put in that. Maybe you want to make your Awaken Rain the strongest. And the same goes for Awakening abilities, but I guess there are some Awakening abilities you can skip over on some units. But for me, if I have a unit, at least my philosophy is I'm going to try to make that unit as strong as I can. Like CG Charlotte, you best believe if she gets Latent Abilities, I've already put up her defense, HP, Spirit, all of that stuff to max as I could with those red Star Quartz. Don't forget your red Star Quartz, by the way, on the week. And you know what I mean? So I can definitely understand where people are coming from, but for me, I have a hard time not, wanting to use, unlock the full potential on my units. But I guess I can understand when right now latent abilities seem a little bit limited, but they seem to be giving out a lot more as we move through. And another friendly reminder I want to bring up is we're going to head over to the King Mog Shop real quick. And I'm not going to have any of this because I haven't been able to summon yet, which I will be summoning and doing a video. And unless I already released that first, I can't really remember how I'm going to line these up. But I want to talk about the King Mog Shop really quick. So you can see in here, do you see this key right here? 120,000. And to buy 3 of these, which is the silver enlightenment keys, it's going to cost you 40,000 a pop. Honestly, I think this needs to be toned down just a little bit. But hey, guys, you guys can let me know in the comments how you feel about that. A little bit too much for these when it comes to grinding. We have the UOC tickets. It's almost as valuable as a UOC ticket. That is not right in my mind. That is not how this game works, at least for me. And I want to point out this right here, dual form, trust mastery 5%. So this is going to be Lightning's TMR. You actually get 2 of them. So if you ended up wanting to get 2 of them and you have 2 Moogle Prisms, you can go in here and buy this up, fuse it into a Moogle Prism, and then you can get that TMR instead of having to summon for Lightning. I know I've already said that in the review, but I also wanted to say it here to remind you guys because I think it's pretty important to talk about that. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. Hopefully I'm having a great time at Evo right now, hanging out with Dat Cloud and stuff, and hopefully you you guys are having a great time playing Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. So if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below how you feel about the Enlightenment point system. Don't forget to do your dailies. But do you think it needs to be tweaked a little bit more? I think it's almost there. I think it's almost there. This King Mog is a little bit more expensive, but to see how many keys they're giving out, you know, it's looking a bit more promising, especially with the guild being removed. And then subscribe for future content. We'll catch you guys in the next video.